There's this funny story I want to share with you all. One day I was in Amman, Jordan, and my uncle had invited me to play soccer with the cousins in the masjid. I was about probably 6 or 7 years old. We're playing soccer in the masjid, and then suddenly the adhan comes on. So my uncle goes and prays, and me being young, and I even have a hijab at the time, I sat on the steps of the masjid waiting for him. And when another man was walking into the masjid, he assumed I was someone in need, and he gave me 10 rush, which is like 10 Jordanian cents. And I remember when my uncle came out, I was so excited to tell him. I was like, look, I have 10 cents. Someone gave me 10 cents. And he was laughing about it, thinking like, look what happened to you. Someone gave you 10 cents. And we went home and we told the cousins, we told the family, the aunts and uncles, and everybody was laughing. But subhanAllah, my grandpa, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, have mercy on him being the scholar he was, the man of taqwa he was, of wara', who was so consumed by what does Allah think of this. This is who this man was. SubhanAllah, he looks at me and he says, don't for a second think that these 10 cents belong to you. You can't use them because this is an amana, this is a trust. He said that person who walked into the masjid assumed that you were in need. Alhamdulillah, you're not in need of these 10 cents. So this is not for you. So right now, this trust is being on your back. You need to walk back to the masjid and put it in the donation box. Or perhaps if you see someone in need near the masjid, you go back and give it to them. But don't for a second think this is yours. And subhanAllah, what could have been just a moment of fun play, it was a funny moment, turned into a very serious conversation. And not just a serious conversation, but a moment where I understood the concept of an amana at such a young age. Trust of knowing that Allah is watching you. What is the best thing to do for the sake of Allah in the moment? This is not yours. And I'll never forget that, subhanAllah. It reminds me of a story that I heard recently, of a narration of, we know that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, may Allah be pleased with him, he used to free many of the slaves, and he is the one who freed Bilal, subhanAllah, from the master, that oppressive master that Bilal radiallahu anhu had. And one such slave that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu freed was a woman and her daughter. And this woman was under this oppressive master as well. And the oppressive master was telling them to grind her flour at the time. So this woman was grinding the flour of her master in the moment where Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu freed her. And at that moment, she's free. She can go wherever she wants. But then she tells Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu one thing. She says, shouldn't I finish grinding the flour first? Shouldn't I finish the duty that I had just started for this oppressive master? Though she was free in that second, though yes, the master was oppressive, but this woman understood the concept of an amana and was going above and beyond. And this is a level of wara', of caring about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and what He wants you to do in that moment so much. And subhanAllah, this is the prophetic character that we aspire to be of. I feel like we are so, and myself first, so far from that. And subhanAllah, these stories help us remember that we are aspiring not to be the best of people, but prophetic. The Prophet ﷺ, was helping people transform to become the best of the best, not just mediocre. But how can I perform the best akhlaq? How can I exude the best character in this moment? These are the people who are truly prophetic, and I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes us of them.